You ever look at your bank account and think, where did my money go? That was me too. And I realized in my 40s that there are times where I'm spending money, the money's just bleeding out on habits that I didn't even realize that I had. So let's talk about 7 money wasting habits. Some were my wasting habits that I finally broke, and some are from other women that have shared some of their money wasting habits with me, and how you can do this as well without feeling deprived or even stressed. If you're tired of watching your money disappear and want to finally start saving without going full time, full frugal hermit, this video is for you. These are real habits, some of, like I said, that I broke and that have helped me save hundreds, sometimes even thousands a year, and it's helped other women as well. So let's get into it. Habit number one, mindless convenient spending. So this one may hit you a little hard, like grabbing that coffee on the go or ordering that takeout because you didn't feel like cooking today. I've done that too, where I've worked my several shifts. I've mentioned before in previous videos, I'm a nurse and I work night shift. And usually I do a lot of meal prep where I prep in advance and have meals for the days that I'm working. But there are times where I'm still so exhausted during the week, I'm not cooking. I'm just going to go ahead and just buy some random food and for us to eat. So picking up stuff like through the drive-through, these things are some pretty bad habits that really eat away at your money quickly because things have gotten pretty expensive. So this is what I've done instead. I create a go-to list for like 15-minute meals. And I definitely do 15 to 30-minute meals that I can prep quickly. And I think about, okay, these are the dinners for the week. These leftovers can be lunch for the week. So these are the things that I think about. And I also started like, I know some people have started like a weekly coffee ritual. I don't drink coffee. Um, but they, instead of purchasing the coffee outside at an expensive coffee shop, people are now fixing up the fancy coffee at home and doing their little milk frother and getting the good beans, and it feels like a treat. And this is something that is not a sacrifice and they're able to enjoy. So here's a tip: list the 3 most common convenience purchases this week and pick one that you're going to replace with your easy home version. Habit number two, subscription creep. This happens to a lot of us. There was a subscription that I had. I didn't have any idea. I didn't even remember I was paying for it. And it was one of those subscriptions where I can use my phone with a scanner to scan documents. When I did some travel nursing, I used to use that to like scan my time sheets and things like that. And here it is, I don't even really use it. I have a scanner. I'm home. I have a scanner printer all in one here at home, and I was still paying for that service. And it was $3.99 a week. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that adds up over time. So I eliminated that. So you need to double check too. You may have some streaming services, like 2 to 3 streaming services that you hardly use, or things that you've forgotten about, like beauty boxes or different fitness apps that you probably are paying for that you don't even use. What you need to do instead is just like myself. I canceled it. So sit down one afternoon, log into your bank account, look on your credit cards that you use for the automatic payment for these different services, and search for the word subscription. And anything that you have not used in the last 30 days, cancel it. Here's a tip: make this a monthly habit. So pick like the first of every month and check for those little sneaky subscriptions and fees that you don't remember that you've had, and eliminate them. By the way, my name is Dion, and if you're new here, welcome to Delightful Wealth Creation. And on this channel, I help women over 40 who feel financially stuck or behind start fresh with simple, powerful steps to gain control of their money and their future. I have shared this before that I have paid off over 60,000 in debt. I have made a ton of mistakes on my journey, and I still slip up from time to time. And I'm on my journey to financial stability and ultimately financial freedom. And I would love for you to join this journey with me. Let's continue talking about these 7 habits that we need to break in order to save up some more money. Habit number 3, emotional shopping. Retail therapy is not something that I've been crazy about in terms of going out and shopping it, but it's been a stress reliever for a lot of people. My big sister, she's a shopaholic. She loves Ross, and so that's like a stress reliever for her. And on a bad day, she may hit that up. On a lonely night, you may do some online shopping. So what you can do instead is create a 72-hour rule if you really want something, and add that to a list and wait 3 days. If you still want it at the end of 3 days and it's within your budget, then go ahead and buy it. But most of the time, I guarantee you, you'll forget all about it. Instead of shopping, find something, another activity that you can do. Talk to friends, or read a book, or learn a new skill, or do something else that will be healing, to help you get over the emotions that affect you and make you do the shopping. Something else I wanted to add to this emotional shopping: treating online shopping like it's a gift for yourself, but you're actually hurting yourself. And I'm guilty of this. I used to order things from Amazon just to feel good. That little box on the doorstep, it feels like a present, even if it was just some paper towels or personal products, or some random item that you probably didn't even need at all. Here's the truth: I wasn't treating myself. I was actually tricking myself by spending money I didn't really have for 30 seconds of a dopamine fix. And the worst part of it, sometimes I forgot what I even ordered. So instead, what I have done is created a wish list on Amazon. So now when I get the urge, like I may add things to my shopping cart, what I do a lot of times, I do that 72-hour rule. Sometimes it ends up being longer. I just put it in the save for later. And what I find actually happens, I forget all about it. A lot of times I kind of like scroll through the save for later. I'm like, oh, I don't really need that. And I just delete it from my cart. Another tip that may help you not to get into this emotional shopping is to turn off that one-click ordering and remove your saved credit card from these shopping apps. Adding friction kind of helps stop that emotional spending. Habit number 4, buying cheap instead of smart. Now, I'm guilty of this. I used to buy cheap things because it was a better price. But then what happens is the item doesn't even last you very long, and it ends up being a waste of money because now you have to purchase again. So I used to buy like the cheapest option for clothes, shoes, kitchen tools, thinking I was saving, but they wear out fast, and then they cost you more in the long run, especially with kitchen tools. Like, I like to cook, and so I have learned, I instead of wasting money purchasing the same cheap knives over and over, I bought a good set of knives. I won't say the brand name, but I bought an expensive set of knives about 4 or 5 years ago. And this knife set, because I do a lot of prepping with my cooking, trust me, I'll be able to pass this to my daughter, and she'll be able to pass this to her grandchildren. It was worth the money. I no longer have to worry about buying any more knife set. I don't worry about rust. They're in perfect condition. So ask yourself, will this last me a year or more when you purchase it? And if it doesn't, you need to ask yourself, is the price per use even worth it? So I'd rather buy like a one quality item instead of a bunch of cheap things that you're going to have to replace. So here's a tip: track what you have to rebuy often and see if quality could actually save you money over time. Number 5, not having a budget, or aka not having a plan for your money. I used to think budgeting was restrictive, but not knowing where your money went is way more stressful. So what I did instead is I renamed it a spending plan, and I started giving every dollar a job. I'm intentional about this money, even if it's fun money. Suddenly you have peace and permission to enjoy spending without guilt. So here's a tip: use a free budgeting app, or even a simple notebook to keep track of your money. Habit number 6 is ignoring small fees: overdraft fees, late fees, ATM charges. Some people have paid over $100 or more in a month on bank fees. What you can do instead is automate your bills, automate the bill pay, switch to a fee-free bank, and then keep that just in case $100 buffer in your checking account. That a lot of banks require you to have a minimum of $100 in there anyway. So keep that $100 or $105 sitting in that bank account as your buffer, and just act like you don't have it. So let's say your paycheck was $2,500. Then tell yourself your paycheck is actually $2,400, and leave that $100 in your bank account. as a little buffer. And then here's a tip: just check your last two bank statements and highlight every fee. The awareness alone can save you a lot of money. So look through the fees and see how you can avoid having these fees. Habit number 7, stop saying yes to everything. Whether it's a friend's birthday dinner or a donation or a co-worker's let's all pitch in. I didn't want to seem selfish, and I also don't want to feel embarrassed, but sometimes my bank account, in the past said otherwise. And so I created a yes budget instead. So you can put aside, say, $20 to $30 a month for those spontaneous giving or social stuff like that. And once it's gone, it's done. And don't feel guilty about it. And here's a tip: set your own limit that will still allow you to show up for people without feeling the sacrifice, like it's sacrificing your goals. So if 30 is too much for you, set aside $10 every month and just leave that envelope there. And until there's time for that social event, now you have that money. You don't have to dip into your regular budget. But let me tell you, breaking these habits didn't make me feel restricted. It made me feel free. And I wasn't wasting money anymore. I was reclaiming it. And so can you. So you don't need to make huge sacrifices. Just start by breaking one habit today. Make the change, make the adjustment, and then another next week. And little changes, they become big wins over time. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and please share it with other fabulous women over 40 like yourself who you feel are ready to get their money back as well, or that need to start breaking some of these habits and saving some of their money and redirecting it for other things that they can benefit from. And then comment below, what habit are you ready to break first? I'd love to cheer you on. And don't forget to subscribe for more real doable money tips for women 40 and beyond. You've got this. I've got you. And we are on this journey together, walking into financial stability, leading to financial independence, and ultimately financial freedom. Until next time, take care.